Last night, Mark booked room 312. He got the keys, went up to the room and opened the door. But something wasn't right. The room wasn't empty. There was a man sitting on the bed who turned to him and said, "You're not supposed to be here." Mark looked at the key in his hand. It was for room 313, not 312, but the man just stared at him. So Mark shrugged, laughed it off and said, "It's just a number," thinking it was just a harmless mistake. He sat down on the bed. The man tensed up, clearly uncomfortable with Mark's presence. Mark didn't think much of it. He changed into his pajamas, brushed his teeth and went to bed. The man stayed on the bed the entire time, staring at him. Mark couldn't take it anymore. "What are you doing?" he asked. The man responded, "I'm waiting for you to leave." Mark thought about leaving, but he paid for the room. He had every right to stay there. Plus, he was pretty tired and didn't feel like going downstairs to explain what was going on and switching rooms. So he just ignored the man and tried to go to sleep. But then the TV turned on by itself. Mark and the man in the bed stared at it as a loud static filled the room. The man mouthed, "Did you do that?" Mark shook his head. "I don't know what's happening." The TV suddenly turned off. Mark looked over at the man. He was gone. Then Mark heard scratching from the closet. He told himself it was probably just a mouse, but then the closet door started to creak open. Slowly, Mark's eyes were fixated on the closet door as it moved. He watched in horror as it opened all the way to reveal an empty closet. The man was gone, and so was Mark. The next morning, the room was empty. The bed was neatly made. The only sign of anyone ever staying in the room was a single hair on the pillow. The police found no evidence of a struggle or a break-in. The window was locked from the inside. The staff had no record of Mark checking out, and when they checked the security footage, it showed him staring at the closet for 5 hours straight before vanishing into it. Some say when booking a hotel room, you should always check it thoroughly because you never know who else might be staying there. Others say that if you're staying in a haunted hotel, you should never ignore strange occurrences because it could lead to your demise. But you should also keep in mind that sometimes our own minds can play tricks on us. When Mark realized he was in the wrong room, he could have easily left, but he chose not to. Maybe he was hoping for some adventure, or maybe he was just too tired to switch rooms. Whatever the reason, he should have listened to the man and left as soon as possible. After all, the room was clearly not meant for him. When the TV turned on and the closet door started opening, Mark could have run out of the room, but he didn't. He chose to stay and investigate, which ultimately led to his disappearance. Some say that if we choose to ignore the warning signs, we may just be signing our own death warrants. Have you ever ignored a warning sign? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to hear more stories like this one, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.